Hey guys, welcome to your reading. How's everyone's day today? Please comment down below to let me know how it is. Okay, so we got the Ace of Swords here. Seems like to me someone's here surrendering themselves to God or life, whatever name you want to go by. Jesus Christ, Krishna, and now He's helping create resolve in your own conflicts, regardless if it's something that has to do with a relationship or something you've been fighting with within your own inner turmoil. I'll just let you know this right now. You're doing a lot of inner work. You're growing. And just keep on going. You're elevating yourself. I know this is like a little piece of grass here, but it kind of reminds me of a spine here. You're aligning your body to align yourself with life. And life is coming in to stick it into places that no longer serve you and keep it from yourself from repeating these patterns. And if you guys are, anyone here is watching, let me know what you guys think of how I did in this tarot card reading. Yeah, because it may not seem like it right now. I know some of us are in a situation where our finances feels like it's stable right now. We don't have the things we want in our life right now, and we're trying to manifest. But again, you have that power, whatever you're working on or doing right now. Again, when I was talking about the inner work, that's the most important parts about achieving anything material. The inside world reflects on the outside world, the micro and the macrocosm. Just whatever you're working on, as long as you're, eating properly, and meditating, I would say, and keeping yourself in line with what you truly desire, there's going to be stability into this. You're going to have that empire. You're going to have that financial stability. You're going to have those connections that you really want. You guys got this. Yep, see? Two of Pentacles here, with the infinite sign, that symbolizes life. Again, with the background of the waves, getting all wavy like. You're like that boat, Everything just feels uncertain, especially when life is trying to shake out all that inner turmoil or conflicts that no longer serve you. In my opinion, I think you should dance. I want to start dancing every day too, because that's in my opinion, or at least something that resonated with me from Sadhguru, is that dancing is a mechanism of gratitude. And I'm going to start practicing that every day. That'll be my cardio. But yeah, like I said, everything seems wavy because you're dealing with these conflicts, and it seems like right now what you're doing seems unstable, but there's going to be balance back into it, There's that moment of regress and progress. And whatever you're working on, it's going to come in just one step at a time. Yep, see, it feels very uncertain, this path that you're on. It seems like you're going in blindly, and it seems like, you're a little helpless. You're afraid you might slip with this little, water down at the bottom, slip up a bit and everything falling apart. But when we're going back to this Two of Pentacles here, there's that balance coming back, and those waves, it just seems everything's like a little wobbly right now. But with the Ace of Swords, life has your back. It's going to stick where it belongs. If you surrender yourself to life, then there's nothing to worry about. Seems like we got a lot of wind energy here today because we got the. I mean, I don't know if I told you this, but this is the Seven of Swords. And then now we have the Six of Swords in reverse. Again, we go back to this, we should just continue the path even if it doesn't feel certain. I know there's those little inner conflicts that I was saying earlier that you're possibly still dealing with or life is taken care of. It's just do that breath work, inner work, perhaps go exercise. Go for a nature walk. I know I need one. I've been in my apartment for a while, but I know something's going to come into my life that I need, not what I want. And same for you. Hold on. What the? My bad, I read this wrong. It's not the Seven of Swords, this is the Eight of Swords. And then we got the Five of Swords, and then we got the Seven of Swords here. Yeah, as you keep on moving, that baggage that you're hanging on to with these conflicts, as you see the two swords, they're kind of sticking down just like what life is doing. He's just taking that stuff and planting it in the ground, getting rid of it for you. And as you're moving along this journey, you may be carrying this still, but life's going to help pluck that away from you. And also I see tents being significance here. Perhaps like a fair or a carnival. Maybe some of us need to go to the fair. Maybe connect with some new people. Yeah, because with this Five of Wands here, like perhaps if you go like on a nature walk or go out for a walk, you might be seeing some things that might be knowledgeable when you go to, I don't know, maybe to an event. I don't know whether it's a sporting event or, a hiking event, or just going playing at the fair. There's perhaps some connections there that might give you some insight to know what to do next. Or maybe this might be a piece of the puzzle to help with your possible conflicts. Queen of Swords. Yeah, because like I said, with this Queen of Swords here, that knowledge is going to probably help you out to turn that conflict into insight, more knowledge to help you plant those seeds that you're doing for your kingdom or any other ambition that you're looking into. Let me see. Probably one more card. Last card. Yeah, because with the Ten of Pentacles, there's these opportunities that possibly going to happen during these events. And use your intuition, again, with the Queen of Swords here. Or try to alchemize those conflicts into insights. I know it's easier said than done, and you're always going to live with those conflicts. I failed to mention that earlier. Like, you don't permanently get rid of, your pains. I mean, it's just, I think the difficulty we have a hard time doing is just living with our traumas and problems. And once we learn how to live with them it makes us stronger. And then once it makes us stronger, you know, we get that Queen of Swords, you know, developing that intuition, or, you know, alchemizing that conflicts into intuition with the well, what's going to probably aid us is possibly perhaps like being observant into these like events that are going on. Again, you don't have to be engaged in these events. You just perhaps listen to people, what they say and what they're conversing about. You know, just follow your intuition, because again, this can lead to a possible, you know, prosperity here, you know, more opportunities, more connections, you know. Whatever you're working on, you know, just keep at it, because, you know, you're working on that empire. You guys got this. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.